Today I'm going to be showing you how to prepare your artwork when you're trying to order DTF transfers, making sure that your size dimensions are right and your graphics are set up the way they need to be set up are very important. So today we're going to be doing that. We're going to be creating a template that you can use for any type of graphic that you'll basically submit in the future. So let's go ahead and get started right now. So what we're going to do is click File, click New, and we're going to title this 12.13 by 12.13. So that way you create a template that you can use over and over again. So at this point you'll save this as 12 by 13 by 12 by 13. Always make sure your units are set to inches, okay? You're designing your graphics in inches, not pixels. And then we have our dimension here. This is the width that we want of our actual box that we're creating our artboard. Color mode can be RGB, it could be CMYK, it does not matter. Here we can take them both. We prefer RGB because you get more vibrant colors. So once you have all this set up, go ahead and click OK. And we are now at this section right here. So I have a couple designs that I'm already looking at. So we're going to go ahead and grab one over here. We're going to just pull it in. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to center it by clicking this icon up here. These two right here will center it vertically and horizontally. So we see here on the ends, again, I'm going to zoom in on this section over here. Oops, too much. And then if we come over here, we see all along the edge, we have this nice 1/8 inch gap. So what this does is this just guarantees that your print gets printed all the way. So there's no areas that are going to get cut off. You're not going to have any type of print issues whatsoever because you have the image completely within this area. So that's pretty much it, guys. When it comes to sizing your images, this is all you need to do. Keep in mind, right here, you want to be able to make sure that your image is all the way to the edge as close as possible within that 1/8 of an inch gap. So make sure that gap is there, because one thing you have to know is with this website, you only pay for the image. Okay, so one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to do anything like this. You don't want to give us an image that looks like this, because all this space over here will get printed. If your document that you're creating or your image, even if you got an image that look like this, it will print like that. Okay, so you want to make sure that when you are looking for graphics, when you are looking for images, you want to look for very high quality, very high resolution PNG images that are transparent. Most JPEGs will always have a white background, and that's one thing you do not want, is a white background. If you have an image that has a white background, you're going to have to use some type of software to remove that white background and then convert it into a PNG. So in this case, we're already set up as a PNG. So once again, we just move it to the border. I will show you another example, and then what you want to do after you've gotten all these dimensions. And if you need to know what the dimensions are, when you click on the image itself, see, that's the first layer. So that layer here is represented up here. So you got 12 inches by 12 inches. And then what you have over here is you have your document set up here. So here's your artboard. Okay, so if you clicked off of the image, your artboard will highlight on the end, and now it gives you the dimensions of your artboard. So your artboard is showing 12.13 by 12.13. Now if for some reason you need to change your artboard, let's say you click on the artboard and you need to make it 15 inches, you can do that. You can make it 15 inches, or let's just say 14, okay? So we can go 14 by 0.13. So you could do that. 14 by 0.13. Let's say you wanted to make the bird 14 inches instead of 12. So you wanted a 12 by 14 inch bird. You can just change that to 14. But see here, it changed it both. So you got to break it. So you got to break the dimensions here, and then you can change them independently of each other. So now I've got a bird that is the dimensions I need. I can click that. I can center it here, and I'm good to go. I can now submit this bird as a 12 by 14. So this is a cool thing, is you can adjust your document on the fly. You can adjust your image just by messing with your numbers up here, by messing with the resolution proportions here. You can change these things when you want them, and you have them locked in. Go ahead and lock it back up. That way your dimensions will change according to both horizontal and vertical at the same time. So now when I want to change this, it'll change all the same. When it's broken, I can change it any way I want. You see what I mean? I can go in different directions, you know, when it's broken. All right, guys, so now that we have our art complete, ready, and prepared, we now can export it. Click on File above, click Export, and what you can do here is name it. So what we're gonna do here is call this Phoenix _ 12 by 14. Again, the genius part of putting the dimensions in your title is that when you're on the DTF website, SupremeScreenSupply, and uploading your images one at a time, you don't have to sit there and tell yourself, wait a minute, what was the dimensions of that bird again? I forget. Especially if you had, say for example, more than one. Say you were gonna put one size on a kid's shirt, that was gonna be an 8 by 10, and then you got a 12 by 10, and then you got a 12 by 14. This makes life easier knowing that that one image that you have to input the right dimensions for is already titled. It helps you become more efficient when you're uploading your images on the website. It gets you in and out of the checkout faster and makes it more productive, so you're not losing time. So 12 by 14, this is all you got to do. Once you have your title in there, click Save. Obviously, we already have a copy of this, but I'll go ahead and overwrite it anyways. And when you get this little box here, it'll say high 300 PPI. Yes, this is what you want. You see your options that you have here, and then art optimized, transparent, and click OK. All right, so now we're sitting here in Affinity Designer, and the benefit of this program is that it doesn't cost monthly, and it has just as powerful tools as Adobe, which is really, really nice. So this is a new version of Affinity Designer. What we're going to do here is, again, create a new document. And the great thing I like about this is you can create presets right off the bat. So what we're going to do again is make sure our units are set for inches. And again, we're going to set that to 12. In this case, we're going to go 14 by 15. So this is representing like a hoodie, the back of a hoodie. And again, our DPI is set to 300. We're going to create an artboard. Over here under color, we're going to create a transparent background because that's what we want, and we can set the mode to RGB, CMYK, does not matter. So margins, make sure your margins are off. You don't need any bleed, and you are good to go. So once you have this set up here, you can go ahead and name this by just clicking this right here, and then you can name this whatever you want. So you can call this 14 by 15 back template or graphic, whatever you want to call it. So once you got that set, just click OK and you are good to go. Click create. Here is now your document set up. You can, and because you already have it set as a preset, you don't need to do any saving over here right now. All you got to do is take your graphic. So here's another bird, just a different color. We're going to put that in here. We're going to hit the center and then the center. But this one isn't set yet. So the bird itself, your numbers are going to be right down here. So you're going to go ahead and click 14. We're good already. And then we're going to go 15 on this number. So there's our document there. All right, so one thing I forgot to do, guys, that I'm going to show you really quick is I forgot to add the 1/8 of an inch to the document. So this is kind of good, because if you happen to do that, the easiest way to fix that would be just come on over here to the artboard, click on the artboard, and those same dimensions are going to be right here. So once you have the artboard clicked, go ahead and change that dimension right here. So go ahead and add that 0.13, and then same thing with the 15. Just click on 15 and add that 0.13, and then you are good to go after that. So now the document's been adjusted. Go ahead and make sure you click on your arrow again, click on the bird, and then just center everything up again, and you're good to go. So you see that nice little transparent border all the way around the image. That's all you got to do, guys. So transparent image, go ahead and click on File, Export. Now your settings are up here for your selections. You're going to go PNG. So you notice at PNG, it gives it a transparent background. But if you go JPEG, JPEG is going to give it a white background. So that's not what you want at any given time, because it will print white. Always transparent PNG image, plain and simple. So it's telling you right here, this is what you're going to get. So these are your dimensions in pixels. So your 12 by 15, this is the amount of pixels that it represents. Artboard 1 is where you want to print. So everything within the area of Artboard 1 is what we're printing. And this is it. So just click on Export. And then you can title it once again. You can call it Chrome Bird. And then once again, this would be a 14 by 15. And that is it. So click Save, and now you're good to go. You have a file that is ready to upload and rock and roll. Thank you for watching. Please comment if this helped in any way, shape, or form. And we definitely like to hear from you. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video, guys. Peace out.